Turtle Island Tetragrammaton. I'm Nicholas. Today, reading from Mildred Stamm's 1967 book, Meditation Moments for Women. I read these without commentary, whether you take it as inspiration or whether you take it as a historical artifact. That's fine. Today, reading for September 14th, a passage from Matthew chapter 5:13, Amplified. Quote, "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, its strength, its quality, how can its saltiness be restored? It is not good for anything any longer, but to be thrown out and trodden underfoot by men." End quote. Salt was a commodity familiar to the people of Jesus' time. It was used as a bond of hospitality. Since it was scarce, it was valuable and very precious. Sometimes soldiers were paid in salt. Salt is used as a seasoning, a preservative, and an antiseptic. As a seasoning salt, it adds flavor and zest to the food. It also prevents decay, and it has a healing quality. Salt has an important work to do, but does it inconspicuously. Jesus called his disciples salt of the earth. We are a savoring influence, a preservative in the world against evil. We are the salt of the earth. Our influence should have an effect for Jesus Christ on those about us. Salt also makes people thirsty. Are we salty Christians, making others thirsty for Jesus Christ? The slogan of a well-known salt company is, quote, "When it rains, it pours," end quote. It shows a little girl with an umbrella in the rain. Salt is pouring out on the earth from the box she is carrying in her arms. God poured out himself for mankind when, in love beyond measure, he sent his Son to become the Savior of the world. Jesus poured out himself for a sin-sick world when he died on the cross. From Galatians chapter 2, verse 20, quote, "Who loved me and gave himself for me," end quote. Salt is not effective unless it is applied. So too, we are not effective for the Lord unless the love of Christ so constrains us that we are willing to be poured out in service for a world in need of Jesus Christ. Going to do a bonus reading here. This one's from Robert Schuller's 1982 book, Living Positively One Day at a Time, September 14th. If my goals are not expendable, they will be expendable. Let's see what this means. From Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Quote, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not, end quote. The mental attitude you have will determine the goals you set. And the goals you set, more than anything else, will determine where you will end up in life. Whether it's a spiritual goal, a personal goal, a professional goal, or a family goal, it makes no difference. Freud said that goals are very dangerous, because if you set goals and then don't make them, you'll experience failure. Viktor Frankl from Vienna, Austria, says that goals are great. Indeed, it can be quite disastrous if you set a goal and don't make it and have a negative attitude toward it. But not reaching your goal isn't as dangerous as not having a goal. He likes to point to the Old Testament story of how God always kept a pillar of fire in front of the people at night, and a cloud by day to pull the people forward. That's what goals do to us. You never catch up with the cloud. You never catch up with the fire. And the, quote, is, end quote, must never catch up with the, quote, ought, end quote. If you start a goal and then reach it and can't expand it, you start dying. What goal do you have before you today? Okay. Yeah, whatever. So I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you again soon. And remember, I'm still rocking with you. Be well.